Hey, this will be a series of quick layout shares. There's some papers or some things that I just needed to get scrapped that were sitting on my desk. And I decided to do quick layouts of them with no fancy techniques or anything, just because I wanted to get them scrapped. As you can see, this one has been floating around my craft room for about 5 years now, so it's about time for it to get into an album. This particular layout was made with a kit that I created. I had purchased some papers. Let's see. These won't look as familiar to you, but many of you, like maybe it was last year or the year before, I think it was last year, purchased some paper that looked like this from the Target dollar spot for $1. And then that is a different paper. And then these were coordinating like planes that went with them, just sort of plain prints. And then when I was shopping at Michael's a while back, there was this line by Craftsmith, which to me just looked very, very similar. I mean, the florals look very similar. The colorways, I would say the only difference is that the background of this paper is more cream, where the American Crafts paper is more white. But to me, they were so similar in both colorway. So I put these together as a kit. And then I cut up a lot of cut parts, but there was also, I found this at Hobby Lobby last spring, and I took all the pieces out, and it's basically, it has 4x6 cards and 3x4 cards and 4x6 cards in it, and it was all spring themed. So I put all of that together as a spring kit. Anyway, I really liked the kit that I created from it, and I wanted to use it. And so I looked through my pile of photos so that I could use it. Yeah. Anyway, this photo is of my cousin Katie, who graduated 5 years ago. In fact, she just got married this last summer. So I created a pocket to put her actual graduation announcement in, and I just made this little circular paper clip and put this little ribbon on it to hold that up, because I didn't want it to fall all the way down. I wanted it to be visible from the top, but I wanted the pocket to be big enough to be a photo mat for this piece. And then all you see there are cut aparts. I turned these all into banners and just layered them on. And then I took 3 of the pieces from the Pebbles 3x4 cards and just layered them on, and it's a very, very simple layout. So that's all there is to this. I just put in a little bit of ribbon from my stash. This is some inexpensive ribbon I got from Michael's probably 6 or 7 years ago. And that's it. I didn't go crazy on this one. Okay, here's another stash dive layout. Getting some pictures that have been just sitting in my craft room scrapped. I have no idea who did this paper. I think it might have been Bo Bunny. It's really old. Can you see that it's glittered and shiny? It is fabulous. Oh, there we go. And I was in love with it. And I had made like a mini album kit with this, and what you see in front of you mostly came from that kit, and this is all, every bit of it is old stuff that's from my stash. So I cut it, and I don't know, I originally had it one block, but it was sort of just huge, and I decided to do this thing where I split it up, and I really like that. just cut it in graduating pieces and then glued it down with a little thin strip of this this paper here behind. This is gorgeous Club Scrap cardstock behind here, and this almost lemon yellow, which I was tying into this flower, and it's a lemon yellow with a hint of green, and it's beautiful, and it has a linen texture. It feels like fabric. It's so pretty. And then you can't obviously see that. I don't even think if we get close that you can tell. You might be able to tell that that's got a linen texture. I don't know. But come on, camera. All right, anyway. So the title, the stickers there, this is Club Scrap that I've had forever, and I've been trying to use up those stickers. And then I made this with an old Stampin' Up. It's a stamp that you stamp. It has the whole alphabet in one block, and then you use a little 1/4-inch punch to cut out the letters you want. And I just bought the 1/4-inch square punch. I've been using the circle, and I really wanted the square one, so that was great. Fussy cut these and added them to the corners just to kind of bring that really decorative paper around. This is a coordinations paper that I that I embossed with a paisley dye, and then I sanded it. And then these are cut aparts from Club Scrap. And then this behind paper, I have no idea. Really old stash paper. Flourishes were in big then. And yeah, that's all that it is. Oh, this flower. It's a handmade flower that I made, and it's got to be 2008 maybe when I made that. Used a little doily punch and made the background, and looks like I painted it with some of my homemade Pearl-Ex paints, and I put that glass dust on it that we can get from Michael's. I can't remember what that's called. And then just another flower in the center that I had. So yeah. Okay, this is just another really quick layout. This is documentation of the soda fire. I live in southwest Idaho, and the soda fire affected most of southwest Idaho and a little bit of Oregon. And among other things, it burned 279,000 acres. 279,144 acres. It was huge, and we watched it through our back door, and the entire valley was filled with smoke. And these are some pictures I took afterwards, and in fact this is about a month after the fire was contained, maybe 2 weeks. But these are just pictures of the mountains from the front door looking out over the mountains where I was living at the time. So it's a really quick layout. This is a piece of transparency that said extra extra, read all about it, and it was from Club Scrap, and I felt like, you know, this was news. This is news of our day. And just some little felt pieces that I had cut out. This diamond shaped paper clip. That's just like it's like a rad thing. These are those huge paper staples that they used to have a stapler for. And I just kept it pretty simple because, you know, it's not something you want to embellish a lot. So anyway, quick layout to add to the others. Bye. Alright, so this is a layout that wasn't quick. I did it but I didn't want to film it. The making of it, I was not in the mood to film anything last night. I have my thumb over this little girl's face because even though she's probably an adult by now, I didn't get permission to show her face on the internet. So anyway, this is about a horse that I had named Lily, and there's Lily, and there's Lily, and this little girl bought Lily several years ago. So the title is Lily Finds a New Home, and then the background is a bunch of mixed media. This is white embossed. That is a Unity stamp. I used a stencil with some, I think, walnut stain, or no, frayed burlap, and then I sprayed it with some homemade glimmer mist that it's actually a purple that shimmers green. I think it has mink Pearl-Ex in it, so it's kind of green shimmery. And I did a lot of, did a lot of mixed media on the background. And then I used some chipboard for my stash, and I even did some pen work with a Sakura glitter pen. This is, these boots are a new Unity stamp that I got recently, and this came from Scrap Goods years ago, and I found it in my stash, and so I just glued it on top of there. And I just made these recently, and this is like, this looks like denim, this ribbon, so I put it all the way around in here. Let me see if I can, there. See, I kind of folded it up on that side. And then this is just some thicker, and then you can barely see it here and right here, but I cut a postage stamp shaped thicker in half, and I framed the bottom and the top up here. And then this stamp, Ride Like a Girl, this is like a little piece of a much larger Stampendous stamp that's really cool, and that's just a shiny journaling sticker that I put there, and I wrote on it with a Sharpie. And this is some of that paper twine that I used a while back on another layout, and I just had a little chunk sitting on my desk, so I did that. So this is another quick layout to add to my collection of quick layouts, and it's going to be, let's see here, we'll give you some close-ups of some of the good stuff. The boots, and then the title, and then down there, Ride Like a Girl. I loved it. All right, have a great day.